So welcome to my finished pages for the month of June. I did a good amount of pages this month, at least for my speediness. I'm not the fastest colorist, so that amount of pages I've done is a good month for me, to be honest. So the first page I did is in Coco Princess, which is one of these princess coloring books, Chinese princess coloring book sets I have. This is a 8-book set. You can't buy them separately, so it is a package you're buying, and this has this shiny paper where you can't work with pencils or with watercolor or things like that. That's why I work with cheap acrylic markers in these books. And because I don't have a lot of colors, I'm very limited in what I can do with the pages. So this is my page I've done this month. I try to do at least one a month. They're nice, fast, easy coloring without thinking too much, because the back is already colored, so you only have to color the princesses. And with the acrylic markers, it is rather fast coloring. So this was the page in here. And like I said, I did use cheap acrylic markers, no-name markers for this. Then in another Chinese princess book, this one here, which is also a set, I did my second page in this one, and I did the princess eating apples. Where do I have her? Here. This one here. And I tried to do a limited color palette with mostly white and orange, a little bit of red and green, but that's basically it, with the exception of the hair. I did use only the watercolor pencils from Obos, just like normal pencils without any activation, and I think it turned out quite nicely. I'm especially happy how the hair turned out here. Then I have this summer fairy tale book. It is a watercolor coloring book, but not with real watercolor paper. It is just basically thicker cardstock paper, but it works okay with watercolors. They have these like watercolor sheet kind of watercolor in here. I tried it once, but they are really, really nasty. You can basically put all of the dot on the page and not even get it really dark, so I don't use them. I have used watercolors from Daniel Smith and I think White Nights. And the only other thing I used are glitter pens from the At You Speaker glitter pens. I have those, oh gosh, they're over 10 years old. They're from from the time where I worked mostly with Copics. So not all of them work still good, but it worked well enough to add some glitter. Hope the camera does show it at least a little bit here, on the flowers, and I have put here on a little bit of glitter on the dress, but that's basically it. Yeah, those are also nice to color because they are really small, so it is a fast page. Then I have one page done in Hannah Carlson's Wohlige Winterdromen. I don't know what this means, but that here means winter dreams. It's a postcard set, and this was the first page I've done, and I really like how this turned out. I only worked with watercolors on this one as well. I did use also Daniel Smith watercolors and glitter or metallic watercolors from Magic Fly, Giorgione and Art Echo, and white gel pen from Sakura. That's it. So I did use various glitter colors depending on where I colored. I did a little bit of red on the berries and some gold and copper and brownish glitter on the birds, or metallic, not glitter. It's more like a metallic watercolor. And I really like how this one turned out. Really happy about the result. It is not, of course, a watercolor paper, but it is a super thick cardstock, so it does handle watercolor really nicely. So I think I will work with watercolor on the others as well, because watercolor is my most favorite art media, and I try to use it whenever I can. So the thicker paper really works well with watercolor only. Yeah, really happy with this one. Then I did my first really complete page in Meine Reise durch Afrika, which means my travel through Africa, from Rita Beermann. And this was done in one of my live streams on Twitch. That was a viewer choice. This stamp with the beach houses, and I did use Jackson's pastel chalk for here, and my old colored pencils and semi-art watercolor as a base, and Art Echo metallic watercolor, or more like glittery pearlescent watercolor for the frame here. I can show this a little bit. Try to use a color which is not really strong, but more like damn it, I missed the perfect word for this. Subtle colors, yeah, or color in this case. Yeah, and I used some acrylic gouache for the sea foam here. This is a cheap, it was a set of, which was only labeled as gouache, and I wanted to buy a white gouache in a tube, which I could use to put some in my watercolor palettes, because white watercolor is not opaque enough, but sadly it is an acrylic gouache. It is labeled as gouache only, but lucky for me, I did try to put I put a drop of it on my acrylic plastic palette, which is a peel-off palette, and I tried to reactivate it with water, like you could do with a normal gouache, and it didn't reactivate. So I'm very happy that I tested it before I put it in my porcelain palette, because I would have never gotten that one out. I mean I can still use it, but yeah, as I couldn't buy a single tube, it was a box with 5. I now have 5 of those. We'll have to try to use it up like that. But yeah, just so you know, the Art X gouache in tube, at least the white one, is an acrylic gouache. So that was the page in here. Then we can zoom out a little bit for the bigger books. I did one page in Imagimorphia from Kirby Rosanes. This probably is one of the books I have the most pages done, because it was one of the first books I concentrated on when I went back into adult coloring. And I did the name page. I did saw the color scheme on a witch page on another channel, and I thought it was really a beautiful color combination, from this kind of yellow green to purple over blue turquoise, and that's why I tried to do it here. I also used semi-art watercolors as a base layer, and my old colored pencil. The same problem here with the beach houses is that I have a very limited color collection with the old colored pencils, so I added some from the Oboz watercolor pencils, because here in this first coloring I hadn't have any colors in my old colored pencils, which will work with this color. But also I oftentimes miss colors, so the light and shadow of the colors, so from the lightest to the darkest, is not as strongly done, because I'm just missing some colors. So the results often are more mediocre for me and not completely satisfying, but I want to use those pencils up. I don't want to throw them away. So yeah, I try to use them with pages where I say it is okay for me, because this motif you find on various pages in the book already, like here you have parts of it on this double page, and you also have it in the back on the all the answers. Where is it? It has to be somewhere here. So yeah, I thought I did already a lot of the motifs, so it was okay for me. But I definitely love the color combination. I want to use it in other areas as well, or in other pages. Then I did my first one in this princess coloring book. This is a 10-book series. You can buy them single books from them. That's a little bit different to the other princess books I have. This one is called Mask Party, so they are themed. This one is all about princesses with any kind of masks, and like I said, it's the first page I did in here, or in any of this book series. As you can see, you all have a colored image you can use as a reference if you want. In this case, I did want to use it as a reference, and I used the Oboz watercolor pencils again. I used a cheap gold marker from a dollar store here. That's the darker one, which, as you can see, it is a cheap one because there's not a lot of metallic shine to it. But I wanted to, as the mask here is in gold, I didn't want to base it in one gold color, so I tried to work with different ones so that it does look a little bit more interesting, or better if I would have just used one of the metallics pens to color in the complete mask. I think it would look more boring, so that's why I thought that way it is better. Next to it, I also used the hybrid dual metallic gel pens. That's the very glittery one in here, and also the Guangna neon gel pens, which is called gel pen, but it looks like an acrylic marker. and a lot of the colors are a copy of the hybrid dual metallic. They have some different colors, but a lot of them are very similar. So these are like a yellow metallic with a yellow glitter on it, which yeah, makes it very gold glittery like. So you can see the hybrid one is a lot more glittery than the Guangna one. So we have a lot more glitter in this one. Also used it on other parts with a little bit of other colors, as well as these kind of pearls she has here. And on top of this, that's a Guangna, from the Guangna pencil, pens. It is a black with a silver glitter, and on top of it I used an Sakura Glaze pen in clear to give it a more of a little bit of a 3D look, and it does make it also very shiny. I used, I think, 2 layers of it. I didn't want to make it super how do I call it, when it is not flat on the paper, but when you put a lot of those 3D medias on it, then you have it like that when you try to color pages which are on the other side, then you will see when you work with colored pencils also. That's why I tried to use it very, very slim on the paper. But I do like how the page turned out. I like especially how the red hair has turned out. So I think it is a rather nice page. Yeah, 2 more. I did also my very first page in this compilation book from Selena Fennick. That's the Mermaid, 4 different Mermaids books. And I did start this page for Mermaid last month, but I couldn't finish it because I had so many times where I was on bed rest. And that's why I finished it this month. And it is the indigo page. It is my very first done Selena Fennick page, to be honest. I also used the Obos watercolor pencils on this one. Where do I have it? Yeah. And also a little bit of Marco Raffine colored pencils. Again, the hybrid dual metallic gel pens, and also white gel pen from Sakura, and some cheap no-name iridescent watercolor. I did use the hybrid dual metallics on her nails and on the pearls. I try to show the glitter, and I did use these blue iridescent watercolor on top of the already colored bubbles to give it a little bit of shine. To get it there, you can see the fingernail. It is a lot more sparkly in reality, but it is always very hard to get it on camera. Yeah, I really like how the page turned out. The name says indigo, and I thought I will have to do something with dark blue, so I started with dark blue and moved then towards turquoise. And I really like how it turned out, especially with the hair. I'm super bad with colored hair because I normally tend toward natural hair colors. I definitely do want to do more colored hair, and I thought a mermaid is a good opportunity to use a colorful hair. And yeah, I used the same colors on the fin and her hair and her eyes, and kept the color palette very limited, but I think it works very well on this page, and also tried to get a little bit more defined nose here, and I really like how it turned out. I'm always hesitate towards using or doing things like that, so I try to be more brave while coloring. But yeah, I think it turned out quite nicely here. And then my masterpiece of the month is in A Colorless Kingdom 3, Light and Shadow. And this is also the first page in here. This month was really a first page per book. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, four different books with a first page. But this is not only the first page in this book, but also the first page ever in a Chris Ortega book, because I absolutely love her style and her books. They are so gorgeous, all of the images. And I at least wanted to be on a certain level with colored pencils because the paper is so thin. So that I don't ruin the pages. And now, after around a year working with colored pencils, I think I'm at least on a good enough level to be brave enough to do a page in here. And it is, like I said, definitely my masterpiece for the month. I'm super, super proud of my female knight. I choose a super limited color palette here as well. I've done all the background here like a marble or some lighter white grayish stone with a little bit of darker here to get a little bit of 3D effect, so that this area here is a little bit more away than the pillars on the side. And the only parts with a little bit of color is the knight herself and the glass window. And yeah, I thought I limited to yellows because of the blonde hair, and we have it also a little bit of yellow for the gold part of her armor, and a little bit of yellow in here, and then blue because she has blue eyes, so that's why I have the blue, and here the blue as well. And I think I'm super happy and super proud of in two areas. First, the color scheme I absolutely love, and it turned out so well. And also my work with the colored pencils really is very good here for my not knowledge, for my ability. I hope that's the right word. So yeah, super proud of this page. I absolutely love how it turned out. It was my first ever try to color leather with colored pencils, and yeah, I think it turned out so well. Really do get better with a light and shadow and folds, close folding in any kind. Also the hair turned out really well. So yeah, super happy. Next to the colored pencils, which were from Kalur, I did use the Kalur oil-based colored pencils and the pastel colored pencils from Kalur. I have a 50 set, and I think the main set is the 180 colored pencils from Kalur. And then I did use a gold metallic pen from Hybrid, and also again the dual metallic gold pen from Hybrid, which is, I try to show you a close-up. This is a more subtle kind of gold metallic, and if you are using this one here, it is very shiny, metallic-y, glittery. So I really like this one from the dual metallics. which is sad that you can't buy them as a single pan in Germany. So probably we'll use this one up way faster than the other ones. So I would love if I could buy this one as a single pan, because yeah, whenever this one is empty, I will have to buy the whole set again, which is, yeah, not so nice. I hope maybe someday in the future they will be available as open stock in Germany as well. Yeah, that is my last page for the month, and like I said, my personal masterpiece. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, leave me a comment if you like, if you have a favorite page or have any kind of questions. And yeah, as always, thumbs up or a follow is very, very much appreciated, because it really helps me and the channel a lot. So thank you so much for that. And yeah, hope you have a wonderful day, and hope to see you soon in another video. Bye bye.